Belle Woodz presents Conversations. Not all bullies. I've came to the conclusion that all of my friends are bullies.
That's a lie. When did I bully you?
Okay, you are the main culprit.
God,
It's always the
man.
person that's the most guilty, the one to rebuttal.
Exposed.
Always.
Exposed. Yo, why you looking? You about to drop a smooth 20 piece on Call of Duty right now?
This is what I'm talking about.
That's not bullying. I don't think it is.
You can't bullying.
I bet.
We're gonna start in.
What's going on? All right, guys. Dempsey, I'm from Queens.
What's up, y'all? It's Al Bundy from DC.
Hey, it's Rochelle from Mount Vernon.
Hey, it's Jensen from Savannah.
Hey, how you doing, everybody? Pro from Atlanta, Georgia.
And welcome. We're going to start right in with the icebreaker. The question for today is, would you rather the power of telepathy, in which you can read or sense a person's thoughts and also communicate with them in their mind by touch only? So, for example, a hand on their shoulder would activate your power. Or the power of telekinesis, with the ability to move, bend, or break objects with your mind, but you can't move living things directly.
I don't know how to pronounce the first one.
Telepathy.
Right? Yeah. I think I would not go with that one, simply because it would drive me nuts trying to figure out knowing what everyone's thinking about me. I'd rather just not know and just go on with my life.
Go on with it.
Yeah, just go on with my life.
So you rather move things with your mind?
Yeah, I think that's a little bit less stress on my, mental health. Knowing what everyone is thinking about me, I don't see how that's going to do me any good, But
Okay, there's a follow-up question with this one, but I'm going to have everybody answer first, and then we'll go back.
Okay.
Well, I definitely don't want nobody's telepathy, because that would be useless for me, because I don't be touching people like that, first of all. Like, ain't nobody going to be giving me no long hugs for me to read your mind, because I would know what your mind is thinking by then. Long hugs, but telekinesis, that sound cool, but knowing me, I'm liable to accidentally throw something and hurt somebody by accident. Next thing, the government's involved. I don't know. This
Sounds about right.
You can move the cop cars when they come for you,
Back.
Oh my gosh, and then it'd be a whole thing, and then they lock me up, and it'd be like the X-Men.
Nah, you can move them all.
Escalated. You can move them all?
You can move them all.
He's trying to send you upstate. He's trying to send you upstate.
Think about it. If you can move anything, come on, you can move the keys and unlock yourself, You can move the guns out of the guard's hand, whatever you want to do.
Eventually, they figure out something to stop me, and I'm like, okay, so I'm locked up forever because I moved a couple of things. No, I don't want to be locked up. But I'll take
pick
that.
one.
The jail cell. That's it.
Which one would you pick? Though?
I don't want to read nobody's mind. Like, imagine, because most people, the things that go through your mind, you don't always do everything that you think about. So it'd be useless.
Feel you.
In my opinion.
Yeah.
So I think telekinesis.
You and I both.
I still take it. I just wouldn't use it that much.
I'll take the second one too.
Like, get something off the top shelf or something.
I'd definitely go with telekinesis because that's a lot better. For one, I had to touch you to activate my power for the telepath. Like, that's trash. Secondly, you know how convenient that is to move anything you want instead of living things. You could you could just lay down, and get the remote from this with your mind and stuff, and you can make yourself fly if you just have on clothes because you don't have to move yourself. You could just move your shirt and you could be flying, right?
Living things.
Huh?
You say you
Flipper
can't move
would
living
have
things.
to.
Yeah,
Sorry.
yeah. But my shirt is not a living thing. I'm in my shirt, so I
Right.
can move my shirt as I'm in it. So I'm moving myself as well. So I'm flying. You know what I'm saying? It's so many different ways to go attack this power. I'll probably
That's
rule the world.
creative.
Honestly, I think I will probably rule
I
the world.
figured.
Creative.
I figured put yourself in like a mobile of some sort
I
and
was, I
then
was
move.
thinking, I was thinking like Static Shock when
plane,
he's riding a manhole cover. I was thinking about doing that.
Yeah,
But like
like
that's too much. I want to be
Oh,
controlling
that's some
myself.
Magneto stuff. Okay.
Yeah, you know, it's
Yeah,
so
I'm
many.
a comic head. What?
There you go. So yeah, telekinesis is the best option, in my opinion. So
okay.
yeah.
I would have to go with telepathy.
Oh.
I'm trying to know.
Okay. All right.
I hear your
Ooh.
point of view.
Yes.
Like I can read your mind.
The vibes.
Yeah, to know what people are thinking. Like, oh yeah, give me that. Let me
For
know.
real?
Let me know if you saying this in my face, but you're really plotting against me in your head.
Mm.
Yeah,
Mm.
give me that.
But wouldn't that
I
drive
need
you
to know.
crazy knowing what everybody's thinking at
No.
all times?
Well,
So
then,
when
yeah,
do you
not
focus on
really.
yourself?
But see, the thing about it is, it's activated through touch. So it's like it's not
Oh,
something
okay.
that's just constantly coming in. You see what I'm saying?
Crazy.
Like, but I can know, like, okay, she really with me. He really with me, but he against me. I gotta watch
feel
out
you.
for him.
I see.
You know what I'm saying?
But what somebody don't
Sorry.
won't let him touch you though? Like you trying to like, what's going on? He was like, yeah, I'm not
Well,
touching you.
The
See,
longest
they
high
don't
five
know.
of
They
life.
don't know, so I'm slick with it. You see what I'm saying? They don't know I'm slick with it. All it takes is a little graze. A little graze.
A
Okay,
little graze.
Just a little shoulder bump, right? Like my
He's
fault,
like,
my
Little
fault.
shoulder
touch him
bump,
with his
you know?
elbow and shit.
A little longer handshake.
Yeah. What's up, boss man? What's up, boss man? I know it's cold and everything. Give me a strong handshake.
I see it.
Trying to do the kid and play dance with your
Yeah, that's
My
no,
feet,
that's
read your
cool.
mind
That's
and
cool.
everything.
Yo, I like that. I like
You
that,
like that?
Jensen. I like that, sir.
You want that too?
Like I was gonna go with
You look so
telekinesis.
calculated.
Right? Yeah,
He's
right?
like, I
Hey,
like
He
look,
got
that.
the
he over there
he got
plotting. He
the
got his hands together,
right.
fingers
He got
together.
the manager
Like,
hands.
you know what? You're on to something. You
That's
thinking.
jams.
Thinking.
Oh, I'm
Yo,
done.
you smart.
Ah,
Hey, listen. I call you son because you shine like one.
hey, you better okay. Shout out my Hosa.
Oh
Yo,
man.
I was gonna go with telekinesis, but Jensen might have changed my mind to this telepathy. I'm not gonna
Ooh,
lie.
It
I
could
like
be a
that.
Georgia thing, man. It could be a Georgia thing, you know?
No. Listen to like think about how many business deals you could do knowing if somebody's with you or against you. Or
Yeah.
just
I mean, from a business aspect, yeah.
Yeah, I
Right.
can see that.
That
But
is
what
true.
you gonna take like a whole bunch of handshakes over and over and over again?
Nah,
Just
but
be
you can
sure
know if
that
somebody
they're
trying
not
to
trying
pimp you.
Yeah.
You can know if somebody
So
trying to play you.
so you'd use it more so on a defensive level instead of like offensive.
well,
It all depends
the
on the
best offense is a
situation.
good defense, right?
You would say that.
Hey,
Listen,
Wasn't it the other way
I feel
Can't
you,
around?
my
argue.
Good
guy.
deal.
Can't
I
argue.
Listen.
feel you, my guy.
I would just want to know
I'm
how
not-
you would finesse that. Like if you really can't trust somebody, how you gonna finesse them being okay enough to like hold your hand for a second so you can read their mind?
But listen, you keep your friends close, but your enemies closer.
Ooh,
You
what
see
you
I'm
what you
saying?
talking right now, bro? Come on, man. Come on, yo. Come on, man. Like what you
I'm so
doing?
done with you right now. I'm so done with you right now.
Like keep your friends close and your enemies closer. All right.
Yeah.
I
I
mean,
feel you.
Nah,
as long
I
as
could
you
see
can
where
finesse
PD's
it.
coming. Oh, go ahead.
All I'm saying is
I
like if
mean,
somebody like if somebody try to do something
You
bad,
give
they're gonna get these floating rocks. That's what I'm saying. That's all they're gonna catch. Like
floating
I don't need you to tell.
Floating
I don't need to
around.
look at your mind to like, yo, he's gonna do me bad. I'm just gonna throw rocks at you. That's all I'm gonna do.
Nah, I would
Catch
say
you.
that I could see where PD's coming from. You know, imagine you say, you know, you try to have a business meeting or whatever. You know what they want to close the deal. If you can offer that and still get what you want, instead of guessing, you know, what they want, you could use it to your advantage. You know, if you could think on the
you can
spot,
manipulate
you know,
them
yeah, exactly,
That's true. That's
exactly.
true.
because you
You
know what
know,
they're thinking.
I
exactly.
mean,
Stay 10
You know,
steps
that's
ahead.
nice.
if you think of a business aspect, if that's the case, I'd be like the best moving company I could be the best, like you know what I'm saying. I could be the only one to be without buying a crane. I can just move big buildings, whatever you need to do. I'll monopolize the whole thing. You know what
Nah,
I'm saying? Like,
I
you
would
guys
be there
are
though,
onto something.
with
Nah,
you. I
son.
would definitely be there with you.
yeah.
The
Wait, hold on,
Illuminati
Holly. Which
of
one you
council
would
will check you out.
I choose no. I wouldn't choose telepathy because I'm an empath, and that's just a no. I like you technically
That's
as an
just extra.
empath, you already have some you already have the ability to know certain things that you don't even want to. So just a taste of that makes me want to go towards telekinesis. And I would find some way to generate income that way.
But
Pretty much.
question though, is there a limit? Is there a trade off from using these powers? You know what I'm saying? Like I feel
I
like
feel like
that's,
there's always a
That's
trade-off.
why-
with these type of
yeah, that's
jobs.
what I'm saying. It got to
That's-
be a trade off.
That's why I was saying telepathy, because normally like that power can be used if whether or not you're touching someone. So that's why I said specifically you have to be touching them. And telekinesis, I said moving living things indirectly, but really not wait, you can't move living things, only
Objects.
indirectly.
Object.
But
But
that's still OP if you think
but-
about it. I don't have to move you. I could just move the ground you on and fly you up, or just.
Oh yeah,
But
that-
it may
yeah,
be
that's legit.
It
there
could-
may
it could
be like a weight
The Earthbender.
constraint when
or
it comes
like
to living things.
Yeah, like if you try and move something that's very very strong, you get a mean ass migraine or something like. You know what I'm saying? It's
like
I'm
this
trying.
make you
Imagine-
sicker or like weak or something like that.
Yeah.
Like, are we thinking too deep on it or like?
think I am.
Picture
like
the anime with the
Too
vein.
deep. Too deep.
Yeah.
Imagine-
Like, yeah.
Imagine
Yeah,
your
they-
girl comes to your crib uninvited. Just keep the car moving, you know?
Like, nah, you're not stopping. I'm
That's
driving
how-
right next to your house.
That's hilarious.
Just
You
make a
just keep
U-turn
on
back to the
going. Keep
crib.
on going.
So the follow-up question for this one is, what would be the first thing you do with this power? One thing, what would be the first thing?
Nothing useful. I know that for me.
Yeah, I think
Nothing
that's what it
useful.
is.
That's
Yeah.
hilarious.
I'm
I
a
think
to
same
make
here.
money.
I think I'll only use it when necessary. I can't think of anything that I would need to move with my mind. You know,
I would just.
I'll be lazy as hell. Though, I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, you just play around with it a little bit. You know what I'm saying? That's the
Exactly,
first thing you do. Oh, I can
Yeah.
move this. Oh, I can move this. Like,
Oh, wow, this is fun.
Exactly. Just fuck with
Oh,
people,
wow.
you know.
Oh, that would be fun.
Don't let anyone know.
I'm taking
That'd be
Holly's
crazy.
keyboard away. You know, just like keep moving
Horrible.
the laptop. You know.
horrible. That is really horrible. That's messed up.
This is why I call you bullies. So we can go into the first topic then. Overall theme is partner preferences. And the question is, do you believe it's better to have a partner that yells at you when he or she is upset, or is quiet and short with you? So quiet, short, and cold with you. Although both may be deemed immature forms of communicating, which one would bother you the most and why?
I have to know what's going on because I'm not good at reading the room. Like, they will always cuss me out, and I be like, dang, like, are they like, on, like, did something happen to them at work? Like, are they all right? Like, I need, like, yell at me and tell me what it is that's wrong. I don't like trying to figure out what's going on in people's minds. I even tell people, like, tell me what you want for Christmas. Like, don't give me no hints. Just tell me what you want. Because I'm nowhere near no empath type thing. My sister is. That we are so opposites. I'm a Pisces. I don't know if that means anything, but I just go with the flow. Like, I'm real chill. So, like, you got to tell me. Even if you got to yell it at me, I'm not that sensitive about tone. So, like, if you got to yell it at me, I'll be like, okay. Oh, so that's what's wrong? Dang. I hope you feel better. Or, like, you know, I'll try to be like as comforting as I can, but at the end of the day, I'm definitely not a mind reader. So I'd rather you just yell what's the problem, and then we could talk it out. You yell, and then I'll stay calm, and I'll be like, all right, so what's up? Like, okay, so that's what you're upset about? Oh, that I didn't pick up your laundry or from the cleaners?
That would be OD.
I know. I'm like, why are you so pissed? Well, because you never pick up my. I'm like, well, hold on now. Like, I just came from a long day at work. I didn't have time, but you know what? I'll try to get it for you tomorrow. All right? Let's be cool. Let's be cordial. You ain't got to yell about it. But if that's the only way you can talk, just let me know. And then we can work on your tone. You could just ask me. But I do not like trying to read people's mind. I hate that, and it gets me frustrated.
Heard you.
I know I wasn't expecting a woman to say that, but for real,
Can
You
that be
getting
like
cursed out either way with me.
I cannot read nobody's
You getting
mind.
cursed out either way. Whether you just quiet and cold or you yelling at me. Well, no, if you yelling at me, I'm not gonna curse you out. I'm gonna just leave. But if you just like short and cold, then you're gonna get cursed out. So it's like
Why?
either way,
Why is
it's either way it's an L. Like
Why
either
is
way,
that
it's a
though?
L. Why is that? For one, if you're yelling at me, you're not effectively communicating with me. One, if you're just like short and cold, once again, you're not effectively communicating with me. So it's just like it's an issue either way.
But
You
which
know what
one?
I'm saying?
Which one
Why do
bothers
you
you the
need
most?
to curse her out? That's what I'm saying.
Wait, answer the first question first. Which one bothers you the most?
Both of them.
You gotta pick one.
You gotta get both of them. I can't really put one over the other.
Like,
Like
both of them is wrong.
like if you just like yelling in my ear, it's just like this is not about to happen. We're not even about to do this right now. But at the same time, if you just like short and cold, if you short and cold, it's just like for real. It's like two very opposite ends of the spectrum. But even though they're totally opposite ends of the spectrum, I don't like either one. You got to come with me in the middle. You know what I'm saying? We got to meet somewhere in the middle. It can't be yelling, but it can't just be like, all right, whatever, I'm done with this. And it's just like the issue just doesn't get settled. You know what I'm saying?
Can't that be like a happy medium? You know, just yell what you need to say and then get to the point.
I concur.
Yeah.
You
know,
say
like,
yell
Yo,
what you need to say and get to the point.
Yeah, like if you have to yell what you need to say, just go ahead and yell it, but at least get to the point. You know, don't be short and cold. Because, like,
Wait.
you know, I agree with what Rochelle said. You know, I can't read your mind. I can't figure out what you want to say or what you're trying to say. So I'd rather you just yell it, but at least say what's on your mind. At least I know where I stand or how can I address what's bothering me, you know?
So you
100.
prefer yelling?
Okay, so with that, I feel like with that, if you just yelling, you're giving somebody your raw emotion. When you're giving somebody your raw emotion, that's not always beneficial. That's not always helpful to the situation because it's like when you say certain things, it's like it's hard to come back from that. You see what I'm saying? When you yelling, something might come out your mouth and it's just like, whoa, it's hard to take that back. And so that causes issues later on down the line. When you just giving somebody that raw emotion.
I don't think
But
the alternative is better, though. That's the thing.
I mean, either one
They're
one
both
is still
trash.
shit. Yeah, both
With
trash.
me,
It's like the lesser of the
if I'm
two
at a
evils.
point where, with me, if I'm at a point where it's just like, I'm just like just, don't get me wrong, like, I'll walk away, like when it's like, when I see somebody yelling at me, it's like, okay, you're yelling, I'm gonna leave. And when I come back, like while I'm gone, I'm gathering my thoughts so that when I come back to you, I can articulate what it was that caused me to leave and how I felt about you coming at me the way that you did. You see what I'm saying? But it's like I'm coming at you. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like that's.
Nah, listen, I'm 100% with you on that part. But given the question is like, which one would you rather have? I would prefer the yelling, but at least get to the point. Because me not knowing is gonna keep me up for a long time. You know, all night trying to figure out what did I do wrong. Is it somewhere I messed up? Maybe it was unintentional. You know, I don't know what it is. But how do I apologize or how do I explain myself? Maybe like I saw it from a different perspective. You know, but if I don't know, I can't. You know, so that's why I agree with Rochelle. You know.
Yeah, like I said, I'm not tone sensitive, so I'm like, well, at least I get what you're trying to say, and then we can work on your tone. But I'm not that. Yelling at me doesn't make me angry. Yelling at me doesn't make me angry. Not telling me what's going on in your head is what drives me nuts. Like, I just hate not understanding what's going on. Like, I hate
I
not
guess
being able to figure out what's missing in the puzzle. Like, that would end a relationship quicker than anything.
I don't know about all that.
it
Al,
it
what do
all
you say?
depends on like what you yelling.
And goes for like the height of a height of an argument or a height of something being somebody mad, or is it like it's how to communicate period when they get like a little agitated?
Oh, that's
Like,
good. That's
yes.
good.
So I want to know like the
There you
spectrum of
go.
this. Like, it's
Add
somebody
some,
this
like
add
is
some
how.
context to it.
So
I was
this
thinking
is
like
how
height
you.
of an argument.
This is how the partner handles disagreements.
Oh
disagreement. So
no,
any
that's messed
type of
up.
disagreements, like if I want to like, yo, I want to go to Burger King, I want to go to
Any
McDonald's.
major disagreement,
I need major disagreement. Like,
moderate
food
to
is
major disagreement, minor is
So like money, finances.
that can be.
mm, that's hard because I'm kind of like Jensen because both of them is trash at the same time, but I think my personality, I think the one that's worse to me is yelling at me because I don't like when people yell at me for one. You know what I'm saying? Because your whole point is not gonna get across to me when you yell. Because
I
like you
feel
said,
you.
it's just gonna be like a raw emotion, and you just yapping at your stuff. You yapping. I'm just gonna look at you dumb. I'm like, all right, cool. I'm saying cool, but I'm not hearing what you say. I'm just zoning out. The quiet one could be like, you know what I'm saying? You know, you're like, ooh, you know what? You'd be like that. I'll probably be a little like a little nervous at the same time, but at least you're not exploding. You know what I'm saying? You kind of collecting your thoughts in a sense. You know what I'm saying? Because you're not really exploding, but at
But
the same
but
at the same
But
quiet,
you gotta be
quiet,
but you gotta
cold,
be careful with the ones who like quiet like
no,
that
that's
because
what I'm
they be
saying.
plotting
no.
those.
But in this example, quiet, cold, and short means they know what's wrong. They are intentionally being quiet and short and cold
Mm.
with you.
How do you
So it's
figure
not
out when you did
exactly.
Yeah,
wrong?
see,
You know, how do you
because
address when you did wrong?
they trying to poison your food when they that quiet and
That would
shit.
make me freak out. That would freak me out. I was thinking the same
All
thing. Like
that.
they plotting.
So
They
you rather
they
They
somebody yell at you
plotting.
then? You rather because you know what's going on in their
tell
They
mind.
me, yeah.
trying to send
Tell
me.
me
They
why
trying to
you
send me to
upset.
the
Yeah, I
ER.
mean, that's what
They
I'm
trying
saying.
to send me
Like,
straight to the cemetery.
I'd rather somebody yell at me, yo, I know where were you last week? You cheating? And I'm like, okay, first of all, I went over to my mother's house. It was
I got
late.
your
I
story
fell
ready.
asleep.
like I really feel like it depends on the situation at hand. Like I think, oh my god, this one is crazy. I don't know, man. This one is hard to choose.
Ah,
Like at the same time, because it's like if I'm eating food and I'm like, yo, baby, let me get one of your chips, and you just explode. Don't take none of my chips. This is my fault. This. I'm like, yo,
the
relax.
hands, the
Not
hands.
because they be in your face with it. You're like, but but if when you're quiet, he's like you said, it's like they be like, okay, I'm plotting something. I got you. I got you next time.
That's more scary though, man. Because like you can't figure it out. You don't know if you should sleep with one eye open. You have no
Yeah.
idea. Yeah.
Bro.
Well, if in that case, I probably say like I'd rather choose the getting yelled at than being the quiet one because you never know what's going to happen. You know what I'm saying?
It's the less of the two evil. You know, it's
Uh,
ideally it wouldn't be the best, but you
yeah.
gotta go with one. Yeah.
That's true. Yeah, I'll go
That's
with somebody yelling at me.
that's
What do you
interesting.
think, PD?
I guess if I could choose, if I had to choose, it would be yelling.
Yeah.
Because if you yelling, then I can just walk away. If you just quiet, I'm really just like, okay,
What's going on?
They gonna walk away before you do.
What's going through your head?
That's wild.
But then it's like if it just stops at yelling, cool. It's like something else go from yelling to just like breaking stuff and then keying your car and slashing your tires.
What kind of women
And
you be
it's just
dealing
like,
with,
wait a,
Not,
no. I don't
That
deal
is
with them.
scary.
I don't deal with them,
man?
which is why I keep it moving. When I
yeah,
get
that's
signs of
facts.
that, it's like, I don't need to. I need to
Exit
move on with
stage
my
left.
life.
Yeah.
So you need to exit stage left when that happens.
Oh
When you
yeah,
see that.
definitely exit stage left. When I see them signs, like, ooh, you know what? This ain't even work between us. We just need to go on our separate ways.
Pro, what do you think?
Bro, really just be listening.
That's what I'm saying. Go ahead and do your joint, bro. Go ahead and do your joint.
Hey, to do your joint.
The manage your hands, I called it.
Manage your hands.
So I was listening to everybody's input. You know, I appreciate everybody's input.
Sound like a manager.
Hey,
I have to let you guys go.
Give him
Right,
Oh,
basically that's the next sentence.
Hey,
That's basically the
hey,
next
he in
sentence.
that tone. He in that tone of voice where he really about to like drop some gems. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Like
So you check
it was
this.
no, everything that everybody said was very insightful. But from personal experience, I can say that I've dealt with both types.
Damn.
But I do prefer the yelling versus the short and
Hold on. Why do you prefer the yelling? I know
Well,
why. I just want to
so
hear you say why.
when like you said, yelling is an emotion. At least they're talking. So I knowing myself, the mindset that I may be in, I may be able to conduct the conversation in a way where it might be conducive to both parties.
Okay,
Heard
that's a
that.
political answer.
That's
Okay.
that's legit.
And in other times, yeah,
Exactly. Exactly. You get a political
Like,
answer
but
first. I feel
also,
you. Go
be
ahead.
like, yo, what?
sometimes
Yo.
those
Get a political
No.
answer first.
That's wild.
I surprisingly even though I have a problem with tone, meaning like if yours is crazy, I'm gonna have a problem. I think I would choose pretty much what everyone has chosen. Um because I can de-escalate.
Yeah, I'd say that I'm actually the opposite. I am the one that would stay quiet and listen and, gather my thoughts, which can be perceived as me plotting or, whatever,
The same way.
mentioned earlier. Yeah,
I'm the same
exactly.
way.
I'm not the
So
one
you
that's
do
going to
that?
scream and shout back and
Yeah,
forth.
I don't
Yeah.
like screaming and shouting, bro. I like to be like, cool. Let me gather my thoughts and attack this
Exactly.
differently.
Yeah.
That's how I pursue it. Like,
I-
because if
I-
you were
I-
yelling and I'm start yelling and it's like it's
You
going
get nowhere.
bore. Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
going nowhere. If both
Yeah.
places yelling. It's like
Exactly. I'd rather just sit there and listen, let you get it all the energy out of your system, and then at least let me hear what the issue is, and then I can calmly respond. Or if you're not in the stage to like receive those kind of comments, I'd rather just walk away and then come back later when cooler heads prevail and just come back. All right, yeah, we need to talk. Let's address situation, and then we can move on from this. So, but at the heat of the moment, it may seem like I am the quiet and non-confrontational type, just like absorbing everything. It's like, all right, that's how you feel? Cool, it's all good.
Say less.
Cool,
Say
that's the
less.
key word.
Exactly.
say less.
Which can
Less.
create more anger and more aggression or whatever it is. But
Yeah.
But
That's
it's not. But it's not that I'm. But it's not that I'm just like chumping you off. It's not that I'm just. I don't care what you're saying. I'm
just
taking
gotta
it in.
process it. Yeah, exactly. You gotta
Yeah.
process
Yeah, I'm
it.
taking it in. And once I processed it and like put together my points, my bullet points on it, I'm gonna come back to you in a civil tone, and we can discuss it in a civil tone.
That's really interesting.
That's all. That's what it is. You gotta come
Because
back.
What did you
no,
guys
it's
expect?
interesting. No,
I
I'm
got
saying
some
it's
good
interesting
answers.
that you chose the partner. You chose the partner that yells at you, but you would be the one that's quiet. I think that's very interesting.
Because
see
two
why.
of this, but the thing
The
is, two
opposite
of the
of that.
same would not work. If both of us yelling, we get nowhere. If none of us talking, we still get nowhere.
Yeah,
So
for
it
one,
has
because
to be, yeah.
if it's two quiet people, it will be no argument technically because nobody's speaking. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's just watching over your shoulder type stuff all the time. That's scary.
Right.
People operate like that in the world, though. That's why I say it's interesting because I know I've seen, the other. So the fact that y'all chose those answers, it's interesting.
Yeah.
I mean, that's crazy. Y'all did good, man. Because I probably would have been like, I would like to think that I'd be the calm person, but
Lies.
I know myself. Like, yeah, like if we going back and forth, but then afterwards, like I'll be taking a minute, be like, wait, hold up, what he said? Or what she said?
Mhm.
The think back is the worst.
It's not that deep.
Like,
It's not
so
that
they
deep.
really mad about that? Like I didn't even know they was mad about that. Like for real? Okay, let me go back to that.
This is why I don't. Y'all kept mentioning raw emotion, and I have an issue because how would you define raw emotion? Because you know how sometimes people are angry
Off the
and they
top of your
say
mind.
things, but
Yeah.
but the thing about that, some people say things
It leads
and
to sex.
okay, that's not where I was going.
I'm telling you.
That's a different type of
I
raw,
knew
bro.
that's what Pro was going.
Right?
I'm like,
Said
Pro is
raw.
like, she gonna get real angry
Sugar
later
word.
on. We gonna hash this out. in a
Who
minute.
won?
He said, I look forward to this makeup sex. That's what he said. I look forward to this makeup
Basically.
sex.
That's
Listen.
hilarious. I was going to say, this person says something that they don't mean, and you take like, and I'm not saying that that's ever justifiable, but you know how some people say certain things, they yell certain things because they know that it'll get to you.
Mhm.
Oh, they trying to hit.
Yeah. To push the buttons.
Yeah, to me,
Yeah.
that sounds like it's something you was thinking about. You felt it, you just never wanted to say it.
Do you?
In the heat of the moment, it comes out. To me, that means this is truly how you feel.
I don't.
And
That can get.
I don't know. You know, like,
Because-
if you know, like, for example, if you know, like, something like personal, something like tragic happened to a guy, and then you're gonna hit him where it hurts. To me, it sounds like a little bit in you. You felt like, you know, it's good that happened to you, and then now I'm angry. I found a way to take you down. I'm gonna express that.
That's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
I don't know if I could
it's
like.
people,
Because,
it's
but
people
like-
like
but
that.
it
It's real
makes
people like that.
sense though. It makes sense because it's just like, okay, you reach the point where you're no longer seeing your significant other up. At this point, you're tearing them down. You know what I'm
Exactly.
saying? So it's just like, what? Like that's where we're going, and it's like it's saying things like that. It's hard to recover from when you say things like that, because when you come at me like that, it's hard to come back from that because you already put it out there. So it's
That's
like,
facts.
Exactly.
that's how you feeling?
People fight
That's-
to win, man. Like,
Yeah,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's
yeah.
what we call it. The raw emotion. It's
Raw
not refined. It's
emotion.
not refined at all because you didn't think of.
It's
You
not
really didn't
refined.
think. It just came out.
Exactly.
It just came
But
out.
you can
But
have
then-
raw emotion exactly how you feel. It doesn't have
That's
to
what I'm-
express like
No, that's true.
attacking the other
That's
person.
what I'm
No, no.
saying.
No,
But-
it's true. Like raw emotion, it could be good and bad in both senses because raw emotion, like, cool, I'm expressing how I feel at the time, right?
Right.
But at that time, that raw emotion could hurt the other person as well instead of
Give me an example.
coincide.
Give me an
Like
example.
let's
Because
go.
the way I'm thinking is like,
Mhm.
if like say for example, I don't know, like I embarrass you in front of your friends or something like that. Like you're angry, you're gonna express yourself. That's raw emotion. But telling me like, okay, that's why X and whoever died in your family. That's like, to me, that's kind of like, this is how you truly
that's
feel.
OD.
No,
Yeah,
but
but you never express it, Like
I'm
express how
saying-
you truly feel,
No, I'm saying-
but not
I'm saying-
attacking me.
Yeah, I'm saying in the sense not like going after like your personal things. It could be like, man, use it, you this, you that, without even going into personal stuff. You know what I'm saying? That's just off the
Okay.
top. You know what I'm saying? So that's raw, and then you like, damn, for real, like that's how you going. Is this a joke, bro? Like, calm
I
down.
think I'm a-
Like,
But
for
see,
real,
like even that, like for you to call me that, it's like, so you don't respect me as a man.
I never understand how women, like when they're talking to their dudes, like even if it's like on some play or even a little bit of anger, how they call their men like the B word. Like you really want to emasculate your man to the point that you calling him basically a woman.
That's a personality trait. You gotta know who you with.
You're right.
I feel like you.
Because I'm like, how you get to that point unless like if you really don't respect them like that? Because I know some dudes who like the moment you go there, it's over. They gonna talk
understand.
about your whole life.
Yeah, I think in that situation sometimes I feel like it goes back to like sometimes females like to do that to get a rise out of somebody. And once they get that rise out of somebody, be like, oh yeah, be the man that I want you to be type stuff. You know what I'm saying? So you basically pushing this button to him to explode a little bit so you can feel better about the situation. You know what I'm saying? Because he's like, nah, I'm not no B, whatever, this, that, that. I'm this, I'm that, being big boss and whatever. And the female be like, oh yeah, I like that. I like that. Go ahead.
Pseudo emotions.
I
Yeah.
thought that was like a lack of vocabulary. Like you don't got no better words to say that.
But to me,
Say,
at
you're
that
not
point,
stepping up to the plate. You're
to
not
me,
doing your part. You acting weak. You acting.
Yeah,
all
I mean, I think like
That's the thing.
go ahead,
To
Dennis. Go
call
ahead.
him like that, it's like you really don't like him now. I always felt like that's you basically saying I don't like you. I feel like I'm in a female relationship. Like I just feel like that's like the path of no return, in my opinion. But
it is, and to me, I would say that you're no longer expressing how you truly feel. You're just going into attack mode, and that's not productive at all. You know, if you're expressing what's hurting you or what I did that messed you up, whatever, that's the raw emotion that I would like to see. But if you go into like attacking and, you know, degrading or whatever it is, whether it's true or not, it's like, okay, this is not productive at all. You're not explaining yourself. You're not expressing yourself. You're just basically, you know, degrading somebody else just to bring them down to your level. Yeah.
That's why you should be with people that you're on the same level with, so you don't have to deal with that.
Yeah, but sometimes it's like even if you think that you're on a certain level with somebody else's boiling point is a lot different from yours. So you think like, all right, cool, everything is peachy clean, but you push somebody's button, like you think it's all good, this, that, and third, but they had it, you know what I'm saying? They explode, they be like, whoa, where did this come from?
But that's
a
communication issue though. That
I mean, like
embedded communication, meaning there had to be some things that were happening along the way that weren't noticed. So then it seems like a blow up. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, that could be true. That could be true.
my thing is like, okay, so if somebody's like blowing up, my thing is you didn't feel comfortable or safe enough to tell me before, and then you let it build up to the point, because I have done that. I'll admit it. I have let things build up, and then like even my sister at one time, like I just blew up on her, and she was like, "You never said you had a problem with me doing X, Y, and Z." So it's like, okay, then that person has to look at themselves like, you know what? I didn't say anything. I didn't tell the person I'm with what I don't like, what's like a hard no crossing that line with me. And
boundaries.
now I'm, that boundary. And then I let it build up. I kept quiet. So that technically that person is the silent person that was being passive aggressive, and then it just went from passive aggressive to straight up aggressive, you know? So I just think it's all about communication at the end of the day. Not everybody's
So
great
glad
at
you
it.
said that.
Yeah, no, it is. That's the truth. That's the key point right there.
That's what it boils down to,
Yeah.
I agree.